coming at you from my kitchen where I spend a lot of time. I love having this new kitchen because I'm able to organize all of my kitchen gadgets and all of the things that I use when I cook. If you guys watch my content, you know that I love to cook. I love to cook for my family. That's a priority for me. I'm in the kitchen almost every night, and I just really love to do that. I'm not one to really follow recipes. I like to really make things up and, do a lot of fun things in the kitchen. Since I do a lot of cooking content, I get asked a lot of kitchen questions. I get asked a lot about my pots and pans, about my Espresso machine, about the types of knives that I'm using, or just different tools that I use in the kitchen. So today I decided to put together a little video of my kitchen essentials. So the things that I go to all the time in my kitchen and I use like almost on a daily basis. Actually in the middle of cooking right now. So you can see some stuff in my pots, but number one, love these Le Creuset. They are basically a cast iron skillet, but I much prefer these rather than just like the traditional black cast iron skillets. I have so many. So I registered for several when we got married. So I have the white ones from then, and then I kind of started branching out and got a brazier. I got a teapot. I got some like themed ones for Valentine's Day, and my brazier is one of my must-haves. So it has a green top to match this. And I use this brazier a lot for homemade pasta sauces. I use it for like chicken dishes. Like I'm going to show you at the end of this whenever I'm cooking this recipe. You can like very easily nestle chicken in here with other vegetables or just olive oil. You can fry eggs in this one. You can really use this for anything. Whereas the larger ones, I believe it's a 5.5 is the measurement of that one, or 7.25. It doesn't say on the bottom, but those I use a lot for soups and for boiling things and different things. So I really love this brazier. I went a long time before I got this brazier because things are really expensive with them, but they go on sale a ton. So I will link all of these below. A lot of these items I put on my wedding registry, and I ask around to people like my mom or people that have been married for a while. I was like, what are the things that you actually use? And my mom actually told me that I didn't need this, and this is actually one of the things that I use the most. So this wooden salad bowl, you guys see me make salads a lot, and I present and plate everything. So I don't like to make a salad and then just put it straight on the plate. I like to make a big salad in this and kind of make it together, whether it's a salad with a meat in it or just like regular like leafy green salad. I always make it in this wooden bowl. So this is from Crate and Barrel, as are these. Little PSA, do not put any kind of wooden utensil in the dishwasher like my husband did, because they will then look like this. So this is an absolute must-have in the kitchen. I don't know what it is about me, but I just feel like if you're gonna create like this beautiful meal and throw everything together, just put it in nice dishes so that when people either serve themselves or when you serve them, it's just like you're not going straight from the pot in the pan. I just really like to use these white dishes. So if I make a risotto or a pasta or something like that, I'll put the whole thing in one of these and then I'll serve it out with like a fork and spoon from these. I love these two. These are also from Crate and Barrel. So Crate and Barrel is the brand. And I have a large serving platter that's this same design that I use all the time, especially for like burgers or meats that we're cooking on the grill. I'll bring that large serving platter out to Kyle, and he'll put all of that on there instead of like a paper plate or something. I get asked about these all the time. So these marble pieces were all on my wedding registry, and I'm pretty sure they're all from Crate and Barrel as well. This piece right here actually is a huge marble slab that was on my wedding registry. I love these underneath lights. And I chop on this, I squeeze lemon juice on this. If you have marble countertops like me, they could not be more porous and delicate. And it's terrible. Like, we've already ruined our marble countertops. So what's awesome about this piece is I do everything on this piece and I don't feel like I have to be careful. This is one of my favorite pieces in my kitchen. And it was under $100. I can't remember what it is, and it is a pretty awesome piece. I also got this little colander to hold all my spatulas and my spoons and all this stuff. This is kind of a conglomeration. You obviously need these things, but I feel like a ladle is a ladle and a spatula is a spatula. And then lastly, this little fruit bowl over here. This was also my wedding registry. Also one of those marble items, and I just absolutely love this. It's just nice to have things that, like, I have an all-white kitchen. In my old condo, we had, you know, it was a lighter colored kitchen. So I just love having those on the counter and not something shiny and silver, something like black and rubbery. That just really blends and makes everything look really nice in here. And people ask a lot about our coffees in the morning. We really used to show us making these espresso drinks a ton, like back in the day in our old condo. So I feel like I've told everyone this, but I still get asked this question all the time, is what Nespresso do you use? So this machine is just the Nespresso Pixie, and Kyle got it for Christmas from my parents maybe 4 years ago, and we still to this day use it all the time. This little cube is off of Amazon. You can also get them on the Nespresso site. And this little drawer here, we got these from the Container Store. I just like to organize this little drawer like this. I'll just order the pods from Nespresso. They last a really long time, and then just give your little, you know, trivia and sugar in the raw and tea a little space to make it look nice. We keep our coffee cups up here. One of my, this is usually super organized, but these are kitchen essentials for us. These clear coffee mugs, these are Bodum, but you can get them at Williams-Sonoma. I've always gotten all these at Williams-Sonoma. So we also have little ones for the espressos if you just wanted a shot of espresso.
Show them my favorite mug.
These. But this is your favorite mug, right?
No.
So I also love these because whenever you're making these fancy Nespresso drinks like we make, I like being able to see the coffee and like the froth and everything. I just think it makes it look prettier. Okay, your
my favorite mug.
Oh, this mug.
Yeah. This is my
this
coffee
for Christmas.
cup. That's me holding forward and having sand on my leg because I probably fell.
A little guy. Next, I get asked about these all the time. I love any sort of French cooking thing. I love French chefs. I love French cookbooks. I love French cooking products because the French cook things like really raw and really rustic, and I just really love that. This is a French little cooking, they call them silpat pads. So a lot of people say, they'll go into Williams-Sonoma and they'll be like, I need those pads that you can cook things on, and they're like, those are just for cookies. They're not just for cookies. We cook everything on these, and what I love about them is I can use my, I also love these. I have these from everywhere from Williams-Sonoma to TJ Maxx. You can put 2 silpat pads on this, cook whatever dish that you're gonna cook with olive oil or anything with juices spilling off of it. Take these off and not have to wash this pan every single time because stuff doesn't even touch it. So I really like it too because things cook really thoroughly. They don't stick to your pan. You don't have things that are really crusty. These are a must-have. I cook every single vegetable that I cook with this. Cutting pads, chopping pads. I have everything from super cheap ones like this from like Dollar Store and Walmart to just these nicer plain white ones, to the wooden ones. I don't really have a preference. Honestly, I probably go to the cheap ones a lot because they're super easy to wash and they don't take up a lot of like counter space. They don't just cause a mess. While I'm over here too, I'll show you this. So this is the Arancino. This is how we do the froth for the coffees or the Nespresso. So there is now a package, I think at Williams-Sonoma, where you can get the Nespresso maker and you can get this in a bundle for like $200 something. So it's a really good deal because each of these pieces, I think this is like $100 by itself, and that's like over $200. So it's a really good deal. Must have, obviously you have to have plates and cups and stuff like that, and that's totally a personal preference. We got a lot of ours off of our registry, but I do love these drinking glasses. So these were also from Crate & Barrel, and they're the something goblet.
Glass goblet.
No, they're called something besides glass goblet. I really love these glasses. They are pretty breakable, so I don't know how long these will last with a child. And then I'll also just show you really quickly, I really love this pattern of plates. So The brand is Staccato.
Staccato from Crate and Barrel.
And they have just these little kind of dots on the outside. So they have a little bit of flair, but they're not too fancy that you're going to get tired of them. Same thing on the smaller plates and on the bowls.
Where are the paper plates from?
They're from Target. That's another thing we have in our kitchen all the time. I love having paper plates, paper bowls, and paper cups all the time because you don't need to dirty a plate for everything. If you're cooking like your child's food in the microwave for 5 seconds, you don't need to dirty your whole plate for that. So I'll show you these ramekins. I have 4 of these. I don't use them as I thought that I would. I was like, oh, I'm gonna make chocolate souffles in this. I use them a lot whenever I make homemade dressings, whenever I'm cooking like, when I'm putting toppings out. So like toppings for chili or taco soup or nachos or something like that, when I'm doing individual toppings, I'll put in these. But I actually find myself using these ramekins a lot just as a small bowl kind of. Lastly, we can't forget about some of Ford's stuff. So I do love these little plates that suction to the high chair. The only thing is he now pulls them off the high chair and spills them everywhere. So that's been a real challenge, is keeping these plates suctioned. And they say, it says moody without foodie.
You could use that one.
This one says winner winner chicken dinner. So this is just a different version of that. So these are super cute. So those are just some of the things that I feel like I go to every day, the things that I can't live without in the kitchen. There are a lot of things, honestly, that I got on my wedding registry that I can live without. Like I probably don't need like a turkey roaster. I probably don't need like a lot of the really fancy, like a creme brulee burner or a lot
Speak for yourself.
Types of things. A lot of people ask those questions, so I wanted to come on here. I'm trying to do a better job at answering your questions whenever you ask them. So that answers a lot of questions that I get asked all the time, and I'll link everything below. I'm gonna throw this HelloFresh together really quickly because we only have 30 minutes. We're running out the door right now. So now that Ford is eating what we're eating, I try and cook something that we can eat and that he can eat also. So I love these because they're easy, because you can literally cook a meal in about 30 minutes. 30 minutes, I would say max. Just a couple of pans. The cleanup is easy, so that's what I'm gonna do tonight. Tonight we are cooking some so delicioso chicken cutlets with cheesy mashed potatoes and tomato zucchini jumbo.
Preach, mama.
A jumbo. I just, while Ford was asleep, chopped everything, marinating the chicken. So this chicken marinade is really great, and you could actually use it even if you didn't get this HelloFresh meal. Okay, I also boiled these potatoes for 15 minutes and then I turned the burner off. What I like about these recipes too is that they're really simple. I always talk about how keeping it simple in the kitchen helps you to be in the kitchen all the time. Whenever you overcomplicate things or find a recipe with like 45 ingredients, it's really hard, I feel like, to feel excited about getting in the kitchen. These are really simple and easy recipes. That's why I think that this is so great to start out with if you aren't like a very confident cook or if you don't have much time. They're just super simple, and I love simplicity. I'm gonna use my brazier now. As I said before, my kitchen essentials. This is really great to cook meats in. So we do somebody asked me last time, so we do the family plan. You can switch between classic, vegetarian, which I actually think I'm gonna try the veggie one next time, or family. And now that Ford's eating some too, we had to switch to the family meal because we don't wanna share ours. I have just boiled these potatoes. Like I said, I did those earlier while Ford was sleeping. So these are gonna be a really good cheesy potato. Okay, so like I was saying, while I go in my kitchen essentials, you don't have to have fancy tools for everything. So it says to mash these potatoes. I'm literally mashing these potatoes with the back of just a normal spoon. You don't have to have some special masher. I feel like that's why people overcomplicate things, and then they have too many tools in their kitchen and they forget the ones that they have, and you know, just use things that are like dual purpose. So now I'm throwing in these zucchini. What I love about HelloFresh is it's affordable. It's actually now America's #1 best value meal kit, and it starts at like $6.99 per serving, which is a really, really great price. These cheesy potatoes are next level good, and they're so simple and easy. So I'm now putting this chicken in there, but See what I said about it's just perfect. That little razor is great. Or we've got the jumble over here, which I love that name, which is fantastic. The juicy potatoes, which are going to be all gone and there will be none left for Ford if I stick around much longer. And this fantastic, simple marinated chicken. I love HelloFresh. So easy, so simple. You just saw that. And if you want to try HelloFresh, I always try and get a great promo code so that you guys can get a discount if you're kind of on the fence about it. So you can actually right now get $80 off your first month of HelloFresh. All you have to do is go to HelloFresh.com, enter Mallory Ervin 80, and you basically get $20 off each of your first 4 boxes. That's an incredible deal. So I highly recommend this. We use it all the time. I'll let Ford do a review later.
Whoa.
Oh, I love cheesy potatoes. My God.